Okay guys, this is drawing 8 and I haven't done this one in a while, but we'll try to get through it. So by looking at drawing 8, I want to start with the circle in the middle, and it says it is a radius of 1.5. So circle, center radius, click in the middle of the screen, and I'm going to type in 1.50. So there's the first circle. And we got a few circles here. As you can tell, I did a C enter, which is also circle, and I'm going to pick the middle spot of that circle. I have another diameter of 2.00, which is the outside circle, and then it looks like I have another radius, so circle radius, middle point of that circle of being 2.50. Enter. So that's what we're going to have. So we have a radius of 1.5, a radius of 2, and a radius of 2.5. So we have all of these circles. If you look at your drawing, we have smaller circles that we need to place. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw lines. I have one that goes directly up, and I'm going to turn on my ortho, and I'm going to come directly up, and I'm going to attach a circle right here at that intersection, and it looks like that circle has a radius of 0.34. Now, if you look at your drawing on drawing 8, there's a bunch of angles that we need to rotate, or I like to say swing. So we're going to rotate some angles here. Remember, in AutoCAD you can draw a line on top of a line, and I'm going to do exactly that. So I'm going to go to line, and I'm going to go from the center point down to the bottom of this line, and enter to disengage. And you guys are going to learn a new command today, and that's going to be rotate. And rotate is under your modify ribbon, and you're going to rotate, and when you click on rotate, if you read the bottom of the screen, it says rotate select objects. I'm going to select the line we just drew, select it, and hit enter, and it says specify the base point. Well, the base point of our rotation angle swing is actually going to be in the middle of that circle. And then it also says specify rotation angle, and I'm going to type in 30, just 30, meaning 30 degrees, and hit enter, and it rotated that line from this angle over 30 degrees, and now I can place that other circle. So circle radius, and it looks like it's on the radius of 2.5, and that circle happens to be 0.27, and enter. So now I have those circles. We have more of these to draw in, so I have another one that's right here, and it looks like it's going to be rotated at 30 degrees. Now I'm not going to draw a line on top of a line here. I'm just going to go ahead and rotate it. That's that line, and remember the base point is right here, and I'm going to type in 30. And now I can place the other circle, and it looks like that circle is on the 2.00 radius, and that circle happens to be 0.19. So there is that circle. And I'm going to do that on the other side here, and rotate. This one looks like we're rotating at 15 degrees by this base point at 15 degrees, and that I'm just going to go ahead and copy because it has the same radius. These two circles have the exact same radii. So I'm gonna, I have to get out of ortho here, and I'm just gonna copy it. Now you could have put it in, placed it, it doesn't matter. We can Actually, there's one more circle we need to place. And I'm going to put my ortho back on. See, it's important because if you're a little bit off on your lines, when you rotate things, it's going to be off and your drawing will be incorrect. So this one, I'm going to put a -30, -30, so it rotates in the proper spot. If you're going counterclockwise, it's going to be positive. If you're going clockwise, it's going to be negative. So that's going to be a -30, and it looks like the circle is going to be here. What's the radius of this circle? 0.25. 0.25, and there it is. And now we can actually kind of clean some of this up here a little bit. We actually don't need these lines here anymore, because we just needed to place our circles. We do have more circles that we need to place in here, but we can use the center points of these circles. So I'm going to go ahead and place these outer circles. So I have an outer circle here, it looks like, and click in the center of that, 0.63. So there's that circle, and I have another radius of, and I'm going to click here, of 0.5. And another one of 0.43, and this one is also going to be 0.43. 0.43. Okay, and then I have another one, and I'm just going to put it in here because I'll have to copy it on the other side, it looks like, of 0.56. Okay. So, I'm going to focus on the bottom part of drawing 8. If you look at drawing 8, you have, and it says 6 times the radius of 0.25 evenly spaced. So we have 6 of those. So actually I'm going to take 4 point, and I'm going to, you can do this on your cell phone. I usually have a calculator pretty close by, and I'm going to evenly space those out. So I have 0.1 by 5. Actually divided by 6. No. Delete. 4.18 divided by 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just draw a straight line, and it doesn't really matter because I'm going to offset that line, and it's going to be evenly spaced, and you guys need to do math. So let me go to offset, and the offset distance is 0.836, and I'm going to 1, because we need 6 of these, 4, 5, and 6. And what I'm going to do is just copy these 2 items and move them over, because we need to, and I'm going to go in and clean up a little because I don't need all that. What I do need is a center line from here to here. And if our radius is 0.56, you know a radius is from the center to the edge. That means I need to offset that line of 0.56 up and down. And what that does is it makes it tangent. These lines are tangent to this circle. They touch. So I should be able to trim. If you cannot trim your circles, that's because if you can't trim your circles, it's because they're not touching. You didn't offset these lines appropriately. So there's that. Oops. I totally messed up here. I should have left those lines. I forgot to copy those circles. Did you see that? I didn't catch myself. Offset, what did I say? I'm offsetting at 0.813 or 0.836. I think. Yep. I erased those too soon. And if you caught what I did on accident, here it is. I didn't copy these middle circles over to each spot. So one needs to go there. One needs to go there. Now I could erase those lines. I kind of got I got a little drafting happy here. Which it's easy to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and I'm going to fill it. What I can. So it says from this circle here to this 2.00 circle, there is a radius of 1.25. So we're going to come over to fill it, and we're going to select the R for radius, R, enter, and our radius is going to be 1.25, enter, and I'm going to click on that circle and click right here, and it puts in that fillet. And then where else can I fill it? Oh, it says from this circle to this circle is a fillet of 0.63. So I'm going to do the same move, fillet, R, enter for radius, and 0.63, enter. I'm going to fill it from here to here. Alright, and if you read the bottom of the drawing, it says note, colon, all unmarked radii are radius of 0.38. So that means I can go around and fillet everything else at 0.38 that isn't marked. So I'm going to come here to fillet, R, enter, 0.38, enter, and I can go around and fill it from here to here, enter to re-engage, here to here, enter to re-engage, this circle to this circle, enter to re-engage. So you can go around and fillet everything else. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty well done. The only thing that we need to really focus on and do now is a lot of the cleanup and trim. Make sure that you're careful with what you're trimming. So I'm going to go from this fillet and zoom in to this fillet and erase. From here to here and erase. I can actually go from this fillet to this fillet and get rid of this middle piece of circle. Same thing here, from this fillet to this fillet, and you can get rid of this and this. So just be careful of where you're filleting. You guys need to learn how to zoom in and out so you don't accidentally get a piece that you really need to get. There's nothing wrong with zooming in and out. Oh, look, I didn't fill it right here and I needed to. So just be careful. Don't get clicker happy like I do. Fill it from here to here. Now I can go in and trim. And I'm going to trim all this stuff. Okay, why is this being difficult? Trim from here to here. We're going to trim from here to this fillet. Here. Here. So yeah, just go around and be careful, and there is our part. That's all there is to it. Just be careful with your dimensions. So remember, you just learned how to rotate angles. I use rotate not very often, but I mean it is a very useful tool. Rotate at 30 degrees, rotate at 15 degrees, rotate it at 90 degrees. Sometimes that's easier for exact placement of certain items. In this case, because of this gasket object here, it's kind of but this is just a new piece of the puzzle. So anyway, I hope you guys learned something. Talk to you later.